Everybody, Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back for part 2 of the vault. I'm pretty excited. It's not all the way dry, but I just don't care. I want to get painting. So we're going to go for a Boba Fett paint scheme on this because that's what I'm feeling. So let's start with a gray and a light gray, and then we'll work our way around. And I'm just kind of half-ass painting this, trying to miss spots that I know aren't going to be gray if possible. There's some of the paint not dry, like I said. It's okay. We're going to soak a lot of that up in this first go-around, and then we'll come back and hit it in the next go-around with a lighter gray. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll hit our garbage piles with this. Close the door. Just like that. Nice. Alright, cool. Let's get this door open. Get inside here with that. Hit the inside of the door a little bit to dry up some of that wet paint in there. Cool. Alright. So that's the gist of the first paint coat, is just to make it vaguely grayish everywhere we want it to be grayish. Leave as much black in the background sticking out as you want. That's going to dingy it up and darken it up. Now remember I said we're going to be doing kind of a Boba Fett paint job with this. And what I mean by that is we want it to have like the orange and the green. And some black. Mostly dry. We're going to get a lighter gray. This is called elephant gray. We're going to do the same shit. I'm not even washing my brush out. Get a little bit of elephant gray. There we go. Then we want to wipe a good bit of that off and not leave it so wet. Then we want to beat around similar areas and lighten this up some. Not doing the garbage piles on this go around. Just focusing on the building. Beating it up some. I do want to hit around these edges a little bit, and I want to make sure I get that pipe lightened up. Something like that. That's rough, rugged, and going to work. I'm done with this brush. I'm throwing that in the water. Let's get a new piece of cardboard, and let's figure out where we're going to do the Boba Fett colors at. We know we want our door to be predominantly silver. We can do that right off the bat. Let's get a medium-sized brush. Silver paint. And hit the door up, and then we'll come back on the door with a wash. Hold on. This did not do what I wanted. Okay, there we go. So we got some silver paint here. Small piece of cardboard. Okay. Just like that. And we want these outer like vault locks to be silver. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, cool. That definitely captured what we wanted from that. I want the center of this to be silver. Like that. And the handle. Cool. Now this outer rim here, we're going to do that in a different color. I'm going to get another brush. I threw that one in my water. I'm going to get an OD green, olive drab green. And a new piece of cardboard. Oh, not a new piece, but this piece of cardboard. And I'm going to get a brush. And I'm going to try to get it around the outside. Like that. And I'm just going to keep rotating around and paint my door door OD green. The outer rim. And we're on part 2. Part 1 was the construction. If you're watching, Mr. Dom, thank you for watching. Just like that. Washing that brush out. I'm going to use it for some orange, and I do want to do some more green stuff, so I shouldn't have washed it. So I want to do some more green stuff. These plates here, I want to do in OD green. just like that. And this control panel for now will be OD green. And these pipes, they'll be OD green. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now let's get some orange. I want to go around that door with that, so we got to hit this with hot air. Make sure that silver is dry. Get a crappy brush that we can get in there and work with. Something like that. Now, if you were doing a Fallout themed game, there would be no problem of you taking this and putting a vault number on it or something. But I'm just hinting to my players that when the world ended, some of the people went to the city up above and some people went into the earth. So you pick and choose for your game what stories work for you. But for me, this isn't going to be a numbered vault from Vault Tech. This is just going to be somebody who had a similar idea to Vault Tech. Okay? Now, the passage of time has beat the shit out of this. Or maybe it was just the significance of the passage of time. So we're going to have to come back and do some other fun stuff to that. But before that, let's get some dark brown. And some cardboard. Kind of a bigger brush. I'm using this makeup brush. I'm going to come around down here and kind of try to, some of that baking soda came loose there. I'll just paint that into it. Shut my door, get some of this down here. And what I want to do is just create some brown for the base of my rusty, disgusting world. There's a little bit of baking soda coming loose there. Do the same shit. Get some brown there. Okay. Drag that up onto the garbage a little bit. Okay. Something like that. Nice. I'll get a little bit of that brown. I'm going to bring it around up here. And I'm going to get some of that. I'm going to get my brush a little wet. I'm going to get some of that. And I'm going to do my junk piles with it a little bit. With some dabs. To give them some variation. And color in any spots where I didn't get my spray paint good on the cardboard. I'm going to dab up the sides a little bit. Just some mucky muck. Here and there. Something like that. Now let's get this silver color. Wipe a lot of that off. Get a little bit of brown in that. Make it muddled. And let's come in here, kind of hit up some stuff with that. Hit around the edges of that. Get some of this metal on the ground with that. Just like that. Get some of this metal on top of the building with it. Okay. Get the edge of the building up. And then touch the garbage pile, and you can mix that in with your wet brown everywhere. That should not be a problem. If anything, it might be kind of interesting. Get it on your green, no problem. Okay. And then whatever you have left, just rub it around. Get it off your brush. Clean it out a little bit. Okay. Get our plates on the ground a little bit with it. Dab it in. Let's get a little bit lighter of a color. I'm just going to use this light gray since I have it out and mix it in. A little bit of that brown, a little bit of that gray. Get it in that metallic. Make an ugly color that no one likes. I'm going to dab that around. Break up my surface a little bit with that. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of that muck on the door to take away from the beauty of it. I'm going to go around that orange with it too. I'm going to try to hide some of that orange with it. Just make it less obnoxious, because I didn't mean to make that so obnoxiously bright. Okay, something like this. You already can stop here. You got a vault door that works. I'm going to come inside and just use up some of these different colors of paint. So if anybody can see the floor inside, there's some variation in there. And I'm not going out of my way to make this spectacular. I'm just using up this paint since I have it. Okay. Nobody's looking back here. They're smart. I'm going to come up to the front, and I'm going to try to capture this vault door with this kind of rusty color. Give that ring a different look. And let's hit the inside of our vault door. So it has some variation in color, and it doesn't look so boring when it's open. Okay. Something like that. Cool. You could stop right there. You could be done right there, and nobody could blame you or say anything bad about you. You really could. All right, so I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to get some metallic black, because I love metallic black. I'm going to get a piece of cardboard. Some metallic black. And with that brush I just had, where's it at? There it is. I'm going to get some of this. I'm going to make some oil spots. I'm going to get it on that hot glue that I made the oil, or made like leaky. I'm going to cover that with it without it barely watered down at all. Just some of that on there. There's some spots I have that hot glue, or that, hot glue. And I'm going to come up here where I did the baking soda. I'm going to hit it with that unfettered, unwatered down. I have some baking soda right here. I'm going to do the same thing. And I have some down here. So I'm going to do that as well. Then I'm going to water my brush down heavily and drag that around. And I'm going to gunge up some area to make some oil and some stains. And this is going to be less aggressive when it dries. Kind of clear with a hint of nasty. A little bit more water. Get some more of that. Get it on the sides here and gungy those up. I'm going to hit some on the side of my building, even though there probably wouldn't be oil there. And then in the mechanism for the vault door, a little bit more water. We're going to get that there. And we're going to get it around on this. And on this orange. Okay. But I'll let still look like we have a Boba Fett thing going. I'm pretty happy with that. Last step, I'm going to get a little bit of black paint. I have some Dollar Tree black here I can use for this. A little bit of black paint. Q-tip or paintbrush or whatever you got. I'm using a paintbrush. I'm just going to put a little bit of black in the middle of that door so it's got a really big contrast. Like that. Alright, cool. And then I'm just going to go around with wet black and put it in some spots to create a darker kind of area. Because I want a Boba Fett paint scheme. And Boba Fett has black in the center of his mask on his helmet. Okay. And I just needed to feel like I had some of that black on here. I'm going to write something on the side of this. And that's Guz. Free. Cool, 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 cool. Alright guys, that's it. It opens. It does everything you want it to. When it dries, I'll clear coat it. I'm probably going to dry it with a hot air gun so I can take it upstairs. I'm super lazy. When I say hot air gun, all I'm talking about is a hair dryer. This one happens to be a +5 hot air gun of burning. This is a fun little craft right here. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon. For F's sake, leave a comment because I like those. Do all the things that help the channel grow. I'd really appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. Oh, time out, time out. Stop the presses. We got these little buttons. These little buttons over here. Let me get a brush. Let's do these little buttons upright. Card bared. Red paint. Boop. Wet brush. Almost forgot. Red button. Green paint. Boop. That little button is green. And the screen. I'm going to use this Laguna from the Walmarts to do my screen. Hello, Laguna from the Walmarts. Cutter, just like that. Cool. And now they see exactly where they need to go to shut that door. Thanks for watching and all the stuff I said before, but again, we'll see you next time.